All right, guys. So, welcome to episode 2 of this Starting a Blog Business series. And as you guys know, if you haven't seen episode 1, I'll leave the link in the description for the entire playlist so you can watch every step of the way here. And what we're going to do so far is I'm just cleaning up some stuff. All right, so I'm going to get rid of some things that I don't necessarily need to offer or need to see right now. So, for example, like these are a lot of products. This is a template. And the template let me backtrack here for the people who have not seen any of the other episodes. We're using Rocket Web Builder, and I'm currently on this largest plan, which holds my How to Boost Testosterone blog, which I'll just kind of pull it up here. Let me go ahead and get rid of this, howtoboosttestosterone.org blog, and my second blog, that is an ecosystem, which I'm basically kind of relating all these blog posts together. This is my second site on there relating to howtoboosttestosterone.org. So with that being said, right now I need to get rid of the current products that are there because it's a template. And the template, for those who want to know, is, let's go ahead and click on the templates on Rocket Web Builder. I am using the Legion Athletics template. Now, I want to say something, guys. For the templates, everything is editable. So if you don't like a template, you could go start from scratch. I know they have some blank templates here, or a blank template. They have, so many. Dollar Shave Club template. They have, the list goes on. I'm not going to sit here and, read off all of them. You guys can check it out. But anyways, I had to cough there. But I'm going to delete all these products. So I'm going to just go ahead and delete. First of all, let's take a look at some of the descriptions, the product descriptions. They look cool. The reason why they look good and they have this kind of stuff is you can add widgets, which a lot of places, platforms, whatever you want to call them, don't give you the ability to add certain widgets. So anyways, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to delete all of these. So you can see here I selected all the products. I'm going to delete all of them. Yes. Categories, we don't need any of these categories really, because I'm going to be creating my own categories. I'm going to be creating my own products. And this is once again just for a template. So let me go ahead and get rid of that here. And everything's taken care of there. And so when I go to my builder, right, this section here for the products is gone, right? So you can see it's not there anymore. So I'm just going to go over here and delete this, okay? This section, going to delete it as well. If I don't want to delete it, I could literally just hide it like this, and it won't be visible on the front end. So like, for example, if you see this section right here, if I want to hide it, I could absolutely hide it like that. Hit website preview, and I didn't save it, but basically it won't be there. So if I go over here to hit save, you'll see here, we scroll down, and it's no longer to be found. Why is it no longer to be found? Simply because we hid it. So if you don't want to delete something, you might need it later, you could just hide it, right? So I'm just not going to use this. So I'm going to delete here, and I'm going to delete here. Okay, I'm going to hide this for now because this will, I will use this. I'll replace certain images and add my own, kind of stuff here. So I'm going to hide this. This is perfect because this is where I can create categories for different ingredients, and I've said this before, but basically what my goal for this site is to create blog posts on every single ingredient in supplements, in medicine, in over-the-counter drugs, medications, hormones, any kind of things that is kind of like that. So it's a large undertaking for sure, and I actually got my AI working here for me, and I'm gonna go over here and just communicate with it for a second. I'm gonna say keep going here. Let me give you guys the full view, and basically every single thing that you're seeing here listed is going to be a blog post, right? So that's where we're starting. All right, guys. So it's a lot, and I'm actually currently uploading right here the video, the episode 1. So we're getting to it, right? So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to move certain things, right? So I'm going to take this, move it forward, move this forward, okay? Just a little more, okay? And basically, the way I want things to go here is I'm going to have a search, right? And I'm going to have this section here, right? So what this is people can select what kind of the ingredients or what kind of goal they have, and we might actually add to this because there might be a better section here, but they'll have the search above. And in order for me to do that, I have to change up the colors slightly just to make this a little bit more visible. I could even increase the borders, honestly. So, for example, I have text color here. I can go make this a little bit darker. Let's keep it like that. And the border color, let's make it slightly darker. So you can see here it's a little bit more visible. And we can pick any kind of font we want. Speaking of fonts, I actually have to edit my global styling. If I want to keep certain styling, if I want to delete certain styling, I have to edit a logo. I have to create a logo. There's a lot of stuff I got to do here. All right, so this is no joke here. But it is a business. It is going to be a very profitable business as well. So this here is going to be a banner that I'm going to use. I'm not going to be using the same banner because it has nothing to do with me. This is just the template banner, but I am going to use it. So for now, I'll just hide it. And I will use this as well for like most popular. So this is going to be section for products on sale or something like that. All right. So this here, it will be just good filler content for our blog. But I'm not going to have all of these. So like things like lab tested, made in the USA, 100% money back guarantee. I'm not selling anything right now. And if I was selling supplements, I would have to get on that. But we'll just leave it the way it is for now. So a lot of different information here. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to pause the screen, okay? And I'm going to think about the, I guess you could say the logo, the name of the brand, and I'm going to pop back in once I get that. All right, guys. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a logo. I'm going to call it Lab Library. That's what I'm going to call the business, right? So I'm going to go over here and I'm just going to add some text. I'm going to call it Lab Library. Now, before I really, format the logo, I'm going to go over here and go to my global styling. All right. And I'm going to see if I want to, work with certain fonts. So here we have our Open Sans font. And I could switch things up. Let's just see what we got here. We got text styling. We got add fonts, so I can add fonts if I want. I have Roboto Bold and Roboto Black. I think that's what I'm just going to use, Roboto Bold, Roboto Black. So I'm going to delete some of these fonts here. If I want to add fonts, by the way, there's literally so many here. So you guys could see how many fonts. You can see this little scroll bar. Rocket Web Builder has over 1,000 different fonts that you could use for your site. So I'm just going to delete all of these literally. And little FYI, I know this is not the biggest of deals, but when you have a font and you limit it to a certain font for your site, like a certain 1, 2, 3, or 4 fonts, it will perform better than a site with like 15 fonts or 8 fonts or 4 fonts, something like that. Or you guys get what I'm trying to say. The more fonts, the more it will take to load the page. Now, that's not really a big deal, but every second can count. And honestly, most people are good with speeds. Now it's, 2023, but it also depends what technology you're using. Like if you're not using Rocket Web Builder, let's say you're using some WordPress or something, that could potentially affect your speed because you have to look at what server you're on, because usually you're on a shared server. Especially if you're paying those cheap prices, you're going to be on a shared server. So if somebody's server gets infected, it's a very high possibility you can get infected as well. It just depends on the code of the hack, right? So it depends. There's a lot of different things. But anyways, so let's just go over here to global styling, text styling, and I'm just going to change what I have here. So I'm going to go with my Roboto Bold, right, for heading 1. I'm going to go over here, same thing, right? Over here, same thing. Over here, same thing. Over here, same thing. And what I want is when this whole project is over, I want it to have its own identity. And the reason why is because I am more than positive that this brand, I'm going to sell this brand. I'm not going to keep it forever unless it's, easy to maintain, right? The ones that I sell is the ones that are harder to maintain. So let's go over here. Okay. let's see if we can edit certain fonts here. Let's go here. Let me see, is black better? Yeah, let's go with black for the headings. So we'll go with black. And I apologize if my voice is a little raspy. I think I might have COVID. Who knows? It doesn't really matter. I mean, I'm pretty decent. I'm not really affected too badly. But I think I should be all right. But anyways, let's go ahead and set this up as well. And yeah, I think we're good on that. All right. So, basically what I did is for all my headings except for quote, obviously because quote is not a heading, they're going to be Roboto black, Roboto, whatever you want to call it, black. Paragraph content, quote content is bold. All right. We'll go ahead and hit confirm. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to refresh the site. Now, certain things are going to stay the way they are because they've already been, kind of controlled to that. If I just go over here and I pull up the actual site. So right now, the site is whatever this says here. So let me take this, cut this, paste it here. Okay. This is how the site currently looks effectively. Okay. I am going to have my own domain, my own website link, all that kind of stuff. Same way how I have howtoboosttestosterone.org. I'm going to have that. But for now, I'll just use this link to when I want to access things. I will get rid of this. Instagram, I'm going to use different stuff. So it's just a matter of building. So anyways, I'm going to go over here and let's see how much the text does differ. Might not even differ that much. I'll be 100% honest with you. Let's see. Let's get rid of this. Let's just, first of all, save our work. Money back guarantee, free shipping, free returns, help and account. Help and account I like, but I'm going to get rid of them. I'm going to get rid of all this. Let's see. Header settings. Header, let's delete this. Do you want to take the quiz? Let's keep the quiz one. Let's delete this nonsensical content here. Hold on. Let me undo that. This section here with the text, I will delete. Okay. We don't need that. Okay. This section, let's delete. Let's delete this. Okay. This whole section was just unnecessary. We don't really need this. We have here the header background color. We're going to stick with white. All right. And this is just a gap for now. Let me go ahead and delete that as well. And make sure all the different elements here are deleted. We definitely don't need this section. Okay. But we are going to have a quiz available to see what goals people are trying to achieve. So, for example, if somebody's trying to gain muscle, then based on the quiz, we're going to recommend them to read certain articles. Does that make sense? And we're doing that from a very specific point of view to make sure we maximize our results from a AdSense standpoint and just from, acquisitional standpoint. All right, so let me see what kind of fonts we have here. Roboto. Let's see if we have it. We have condensed. Let's see what we got. We have bold. All right, we'll stick with this. And let's see if we have a good icon. Let's go with a lab icon. Let's see what we got. And this is pretty decent. Let me go with, let me actually just use an icon. That's it. Just something like this. And let's switch up the colors. Let me use my color palette. Generate palette. Let's see. Let's see a color blue that I like. Here's a good color. I like this. And I'm going to go over here, switch out the pink with the blue. And I like that. So I'm going to use this and I will go over here. Should this be black? Yeah, I like black on that. And for this, we'll go with, let's go with a little bit. There we go. All right. Now what I'm going to do, actually, yeah, sorry about that, guys. Let me just stick with the light color. Increase the size. And by the way, you guys can work on your own blogs as I'm working on this as well. For the logo, 540 by 540 pixels. We'll mark it as transparent, and we'll select the one we want. We'll hit done, and we'll hit download, right? And so now that we have our logo, I'm going to go over here. I'm going to hover over the logo, hit edit settings, and delete this current logo, or it's technically already deleted for me. But let me actually start categorizing folders. So I'm going to label this logo. I'll get rid of this images section, and I'm going to make one called blogs thumbnail, right? Because I'm going to have blog thumbnails for my blogs. I'm going to call this one products, and right now we're just on logo, and I'm going to drag and drop the logo that I just made. So it should be in my downloads. Let's see. Yep. I'll drag it and drop it here. And this will be the first image that I upload. So there my logo is. Okay, I don't need it to be any bigger. I could increase the size if I want. You know, I can make it as big or as small as I want. And I think this is a decent size, right? Now what we're going to do is we just want to review everything. So we have apply fixed header when scrolling. So essentially when people are scrolling downwards, right, the header is going to move with it. Now, in order for this to happen, I really wouldn't want my header to be transparent. I would need it to be white, right? So something like that, right? So hopefully that makes sense. We have our menu here. The menu I'm not going to touch right now because we just don't have enough content for the site. So it doesn't really make sense to really handle it now. Place header on top of content. Okay, so if I wanted that to happen, right, when I'm scrolling, there it is on top of content. We'll go ahead and save this. And did I change this? Let me change the opacity. There we go. So now, there we go, a little bit better. And what we're going to, we can always edit things, so I'm not making it the way to, we'll change things as we go. It doesn't have to be perfect right now. But let's change that. Yeah, let's go to settings, place header on top of content. No. Add a bottom border. No, we're not gonna add a bottom border. But let me just make it white for now, because I don't want to have a line there. On top, full width. On top, normal size. Let's go with full width. We'll hit save. Okay, it's coming along. For our quiz bar, we'll just leave this the way it is. We have take the quiz. We'll leave that here. We will have these here. So these are going to be our categories. We have, all right, so our main category is going to be ingredients. And speaking of ingredients, let's keep going, please. I'm talking to the AI, multitasking, letting it do its thing. But in my case, I need to have different categories of ingredients, right? So weight loss, whatever. As this is typing, or once this is done typing, I'm going to open up a different section here, right? And I'm going to ask GPT, I'm going to say, hey, I'm starting a blog that is meant to teach people about every single ingredient that is found in supplements, medicine, etc. I'm beginning with herbal ingredients, and I will move on over time to things like peptide compounds, SARMs, etc. My question is, when I format the categories for my blog, how can I categorize them? I don't want to create category based on classification, but I do want to create category based on purpose, right? So for example, if somebody's looking to, build muscle, they can click the build muscle button and boom, they get a bunch of recommendations, right? So you could see here, we have all these different categories. And basically the way I'm thinking in my head is that, let's say an ingredient, let's say saffron is an ingredient. Let's say just for the sake of this, video, let's just say it fits in athletic performance, anti-aging, and skin and hair and nails, right? If that's the case, it's going to have all those categories listed in the tags or in the category section. And the reason why is because different articles should post or should be available to be read in different categories, and they could be simultaneously. So let's see what it says here. So let's see what the AI says. It says boosting immunity, energy, stamina. Okay, so these are all categories, and then you have another one: hormonal balance, anti-aging, athletic performance, sleep and relaxation, specialty compounds. Let's see here: boosting immunity, energy and stamina, mental clarity and focus, mood, stress. I'm gonna say I like the first. Let's see, first 10, but many ingredients can tend to overlap with many different benefits. So let's make the list a little shorter, right? That's ideal. And let's see what it says. All right, so immunity and wellness is a category. Energy, stamina, athletic performance. Let's see. Weight management, metabolism. All right, we're gonna kind of go with this, right? So immunity and wellness, that's one. That has to be a category. So the way I'm gonna do this is I'm going to go over here to my blog posts, right? So I'll go over to blogs, and when I create a blog post, guys, it's gonna have different categories, right? So I'm going to create all the categories right here, right now. There's not a section where I could just, hit a category button like in the settings or something. It's not there. So I'm just going to add it here. And let's just label this first blog as draft, right? And I'm going to have to add my first category. So let's say this is the first category. Boom. Immunity and wellness. Second category that I'm going to add is, let's see here. Where was it? Okay, we have energy, stamina, athletic performance. So let's just go with energy, and I can mix that with something though, right? So I could weight management. We'll skip this. We'll get back to it. So let's go with brain and mood health. That's a good one, right? So let's go over here, brain and mood health. Boom. So that's the second category. Third category, we have digestive and detox. Digestive health, detox health. Why don't we do digestive, detox, and organ health? Something like that. Digestive, because I think that relates more as one like core group. So digestive, detox, and organ health, right? And we will put that here. Okay. We have heart bone joint. I would just label this as muscular and skeletal health. That could work. But we'll skip that for now. Weight management and metabolism. That's a good one. Or weight management should be its own thing separate from muscle building. So we'll go over here and we'll add weight management. That will weight management and metabolism, and then we'll hear muscular development. Okay. And what else? Brain and mood health, energy and stamina, digestive and detox, beauty and anti-aging. That's a good one for sure. Okay. Did I add it? Or am I seeing things? Okay. Let's see. Heart, bone, weight loss. Did we add energy, stamina? We have immunity. We have weight loss. We have muscular development, beauty, anti-aging, digestive, detox, organs, brain. So the next one should be something like energy, stamina, athletic performance. I'm going to say, do you have a different word for this: energy, stamina, athletic performance. We'll copy and paste this here and see. Let's see. Vitality and performance, endurance and activity, vigor and athleticism, endurance. Let's go physicality. Let's go endurance and performance, I think. Or yeah, endurance and performance. We'll go with that. Wait, does that make sense? Endurance, energy, stamina. Yeah, endurance and performance. That'll be it. Endurance and performance. Let me just make sure I'm spelling performance right. PER. Endurance and performance. Okay, and hit add. Okay, so these are going to be my categories for now. If it just so happen, actually, also I need one more. SARMs, steroids. I don't know why I'm writing them in all capitals, but SARMs. We'll go like that. We'll type in steroids and peptides, just like that. All right, we'll hit. First of all, steroids. Okay, we'll hit add. And so these are going to be all my categories. I'll hit draft here, all right, or update. Now, if I go to the preview of this article, you guys can see all the different categories it's listed for, which is right here, right? And so what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to click on each link, okay? And you see how it says immunity, wellness, or weight management, metabolism? These are going to be my new categories, right? And this is my current blog setup. I'm going to have to change things, obviously. I'm going to have to change the banners, the about, all that kind of stuff. But let's actually do that now. So let's go here, and let's go to our edit header and sidebar. And we got some information here, right? So this is our recent posts. We have our tags here. For my tags, I'm going to type in categories, right? So just like this, categories. And just make sure that the spelling is correct. Okay. Divisions, classes, sections. Yeah, we can leave it as categories. Why not? Right? So the nice thing about Rocket Web Builder, it has the built-in AI. All right. So I don't need to necessarily know everything. Certain things are going to be taken care of for me. And every single one of these guys, I'm going to be using my Roboto Black right here, because it's not a headline, but it's supposed to have a visual effect as a headline. All right, so I'm going to have a list of categories under this. I'm going to have a list of blogs under this. My about is going to be the same thing. So I'll take this, I'll copy, paste it here, right? And then I'll go here and delete this. All right. Now, something that I will say is, like I said, guys, with all my blog posts, I'm not focusing really, really hard on trying to make one blog post shoot through the roof. If every blog post added up and got clicks every single day, a little bit at a time, you know, with the amount of blog posts I'm going to have on here, this thing is going to cash in every single day, right? So I'm not trying to break, the roof. I'm just trying to build a little bit each and every day. All right, so let me go ahead. All right, so I'm back, and just let's go ahead and keep working here. So right now it is, I don't know if you guys could see this in terms of the time, but it's 1:55 a.m. But yeah, it's not too bad. Let me go ahead and just make my screen a little bit, more visible for you guys here. And is that good? I don't know. We'll see. But anyways, now that I have my categories taken care of for me, let me go ahead and refresh this, and you guys can see kind of the differences here of how things kind of slightly changed. And I'm going to edit the sidebar information. So instead of categories, I'll have about lab library here, because that's the name of the blog. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to type in, or I'm going to leave this, and I'm going to say here, generate a short about me for lab library, which is a blog site that informs readers on all kinds of ingredients to help them achieve their goals in their health and fitness, something like that, right? And it doesn't matter if I spell things wrong, whatever, the AI can figure that out, right? I do like to copy the prompt that I give it because sometimes, for whatever reason, I might click off or something like that, and I would have to retype it. So right here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete like this welcome kind of text. So welcome to Lab Library, your go-to blog for all things ingredients achieving fitness goals. Our mission is to provide you with valuable information, insights into a wide range of ingredients that can support your journey towards a healthier, fitter lifestyle. From there on, this is good enough. This is more than enough. All right. The categories we will add, we're just not ready yet, and the recent posts we will have. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this, preview it, and I'm going to copy every single one of these categories just so I don't have to retype it. And I'm going to go here, and I'm going to go back, edit header and sidebar, and I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to go to text and drag the text underneath, and then I'm going to add them here. Okay, and these are going to be all categories, but I don't want them structured like this. I'm going to structure them kind of like an ordered list, right? So kind of like this. Let me go ahead and delete some of this stuff here. Delete this. Delete this. Delete this. Okay, so based on what I'm seeing we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 categories so far. Okay, and what we'll do is I will add like this little dash in between. Actually, let's make it a bullet points. I'm not gonna do that. Let's make it bullet points. Okay, highlight bullet points, and let me make. Is there a gap here at all? Should I make this font smaller? Or is that too small? No, I think it's okay. All right, so that's good enough. Eventually, every single one of these will be clickable, right? So they will be clickable, and I'll link them. But we're not there yet. So save. Okay, now that that's taken care of, it's time to add that same list to our our menu, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here, refresh this page because it is changed, right? So we have this information. We have this information. Now this information is going to be on the top here somewhere. But what we're going to do is we're going to have to segment our list or our menu. So I'll go over here to edit menu. And notice here, it says mega menu. So I want to show you what that looks like. So if I go over here to the site preview, right, and I just hover my mouse over shop, look what it has. It has all this kind of stuff that people can shop for, right? We have coaching, right, reviews, learn, and about. Now, in my case, I don't need a lot of these different links. I do like having a mega menu. It does help sometimes, but, certain things here I don't need. So, like, for example, coaching. I don't think I'm going to really need it. It could be something that I could offer, but I would have to, basically not lease it out, but basically give it to someone else to handle the coaching, like some kind of personal trainer or fitness person that can handle that. So in my end, I don't think I'll offer it really. So I could just go over here and delete, the coaching. And then when we have mega menu, if I hit edit, look, I can edit all of this, right? So what I personally want to do is I want to create a mega menu with, let's say, like the top 5 to 10 or maybe even 20 ingredients for each category, right? So you guys saw the category that I just created. And so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to start creating that. So here I have 5 columns. I can add another column on top and turn this into 5 columns as well. But in my case, I have 8 categories right now, so I'm going to stick with 4. So these are going to be my 4, and then I'm going to have another 4 here. So I'm going to click on this, and instead of 5 columns, we're going with 4, okay? And I'm going to go over here and drag a heading, and boom, that will be my first one, right? So drag another heading, and then that will be another one. Drag a heading here, right? This is the second section for the column. You can see the dotted line that separates them. That'll be another one, okay? Heading here, okay? We'll just keep it going, add these headings. And let's see, where is this? This we got to delete. The text here, I don't need this, okay? We can edit this as well. But basically, these are going to be blog posts. So blog post title, right? And I'm going to take this, and I'm going to just add here. So this is effectively the way it's going to look. I'm not sure, what did I do here? Okay, there we go. So effectively, this is the way it's going to look. And then I'm going to go over here and click read more, something like that, okay? And this, I'm going to copy this as an element, and I'm going to have this under each heading, right? And so these are going to be in the future different blog posts that are going to be there, all right? So I'm going to drag this here. I'm going to drag this here. I'm going to drag this here. I'm going to drag this here, okay? And we've crossed some really big margins so far with this blog organization. And I said this before, but structure, organization is the most important part to starting that business, because I feel personally, I mean, I could be wrong, but if it's not structured properly in the beginning, you're not going to feel encouraged to work on it. You're going to feel, lack of encouragement, if anything, discouragement, if anything. And it's not going to be motivating to you. You want to keep the resistance as easy as possible, as low as possible, when it comes down to creating a blog, because it can be a lot of work, right? And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit confirm, okay? And I'm going to hit save. So now, effectively, when I refresh my page, this was the old version, right? When I refresh the page and I hover my mouse over the shop, boom, it's got all these different things. But are people really shopping? The answer is no. So that means this has to change and these have to change, right? And this also has to be moved to the left. So let's do that. Let's go over here to edit menu, shop, edit the mega menu, and then we're going to go over here, move this, drag this, make sure each section is given its allotted space. Indeed it is. And we're good there. Now it's time that we grab the titles of each category. So the first category is immunity and wellness. Go to the heading, boom. All right, brain and mood health. All right, let's go ahead over here and add it here. The next one, digestive, detox, and organ health. Okay, I'm going to go here, paste it here. Okay, next one, weight management and metabolism. Go over here and add it here. Okay, let's go ahead and add that here. Okay, what's next, guys? Muscular development. All right, let's go ahead here, add it here. The order doesn't necessarily matter, but beauty and anti-aging. Okay, let's add it here, add it here. Copy and paste. Endurance and performance. Okay, add this here. And we have SARMs, steroids, and peptides. And we'll add that here. Now, the good thing about this is most of these cover only 2 lines, which is good. So like you see how there's a line here, line here, line here, line here. That's good. What happens is when you have something like this, it starts messing up with the order of things, right? You see how this dips down larger than this one? We can't have that. So what we're going to do is I'm going to highlight this, and just real quickly, I'm going to just change the text a little bit, the font a little bit. I can go for, let me see if I can increase it just a little more. So instead of 32, we have 36. No, that's not going to work for me. Let's go with 32. And now it looks a little bit weird, but if I want to change something, I could just make it last instead, right? And it looks a little more natural, okay? And that's done for a purpose, okay? So I'm going to hit confirm here. I'm going to hit save. And now we're going to begin to see how this is going to really look. So remember, this is how it used to look after changing some things. And now I'm going to refresh the page. I'm going to highlight, and this is how it looks now. So it is looking better, it is looking better. And this is what we want. And what we're going to have here is, like, if I was to create an immunity and wellness blog post about a certain ingredient, people can go ahead and click that one right away. And I forgot to mention this, but right now we're working on really the organization, the system, the foundation, the structure of this site, the blueprint, if you will. Google wants to see a good organization because that leads to better linking, and really it's better SEO. So that's going to help over time, right? And so we have the search where somebody can search for something, and then we have some different categories here. We could have like the most searched for categories or whatever the case may be, and then we also have that here. So instead of shop, what we're going to do is we're going to label this our blog, just like this, okay? And I'm going to actually hit the edit button because I don't want people to be taken to the products. I want them to be taken to our blog. So if I click page here and I click on blog, we're good on that. I'll hit select, and there we go. It's going to be the blog. And here I'm going to, let's hit save, but instead of like calling it a mega menu, I'm just going to call it, let me go ahead and move this. I'm going to call it a ingredient menu. That's what we're going to call it. So let me hit close here, and let me hover over here, and I will just call this, or no, I guess I can't edit that. I forgot. But yeah, there we go. So now that that's taken care of, I will be adding a shop. So instead of reviews, it's just going to say shop. Okay, and the shop is going to be taking customers where? To the products. We will be selling products, right? So what we're going to do is we have to make sure it links, right? So that when somebody clicks on this, they're effectively taken to this page. Now you can see here there are no products because we deleted them earlier. I'm not sure, was it this episode or last episode? I don't remember, but we deleted them. So I'm going to go over here into edit menu, hit this little edit button, and you could see it's not properly configured. So I'm going to go to store, all products, select, taken care of. All right. The learn button, let's just see what this comes down to. So I could preview my website, hit learn, and okay, so it does take to a newsletter. So that's actually a good idea. So I'm going to leave learn on, right? And I'm going to leave it as a newsletter. I am going to have to change certain images and certain things, but instead I'm going to leave this the way it is as a newsletter, and then under it I'm going to have like a banner where it's like kind of like a YouTube subscription kind of thing. So I'm going to have it like this, right? And I'm going to say like subscribe to our YouTube channel. Now obviously we didn't add that content yet, so I'm just going to go ahead and hit save, okay? And so that's going to be the start. And then here, about. I don't need any about content, so I'm just going to get rid of literally all of this, okay? And I'm just going to delete the About Us page, okay? I personally feel like an About Us page is worthless. But you're talking from, in my perspective, some people feel very differently. But because of the nature of the business that I'm in, it's not like I'm selling homemade baked cookies, or, I'm not a farm where I'm selling organic produce where people have to know an About Us story. This is a blog, right? So people don't have to know anything about us. So we have our blog, we have our store, we have our learn. Now that this is working, I'm going to go back here, go back to my ingredients list, refresh this on GPT. And I'm going to say, keep going, right? And so all these ingredients, guys, are things that we're going to be listing, right? So these are all articles. And some of you might say, like, why is it that a lot of these different, links, or not links, but how competitive are these? We'll figure out a way to decrease the competition, whether we have to make the keywords more long tail, more short tail, like whatever it is, we'll figure it out. But we want this list because I'm going to say, please keep going, first of all. And, but anyways, we're going to figure out ways to keep it going, or make it either more short tail, more long tail, by making it less competitive. But what I want to do is I just want to acquire that list, right? So that's what I'm trying to do now. and I'll add this in later, but we're going to make videos on these, make content on this. Written content is really more important than videos, because that written content is going to translate into income more than really the videos will. But, we're going to give everything a shot. So, all right. So now that that's taken care of, okay, we have some things here that we could do. All right. So first thing is we have our categories in our blog. We have a store section. We have a learn section. Now we have a quiz section. In order for us to accurately start working on the quiz, we need to have category pages taken, because basically the way that this structure is going to work is somebody's going to click take the quiz, they're going to answer a few questions, and then it's going to give them a solution. And the solution is going to be in the form of a category. So it's going to say, okay, you need to do XYZ. Here are articles that can help you with that. So that will be the solution. So in order for us to create certain solutions, we need to have those pages that exist. Now, in our case, they do exist, right? They're different category pages, right? So for example, we have like brain and mood health, right? Now, what we need to do, right? Or let me go ahead and first of all, let me fix this. If I click on blog, I need my blog post, which is this one, like brain and mood health, to take us to this link. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy everything after the .com part. So like you see how it says /blog category brain and mood health? That is going to be a page, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to copy it and I'm going to attribute it towards a certain category here. This is where I'm going to start attributing categories. So let's see. So now what we're going to do is let's start working on this. So here, these icons don't matter for now. We'll just go over here, copy widget, and add them. Why? Because there's 4 here, that makes 8, and those are the 8 categories that we're going to be working on, right? So we're going to have something like this. We're going to do it this way. Edit this and add each category. So brain and mood health, okay, first of all, let's click link, externally link, let's see, blog, yeah, okay. So I'm going to do an external link, but I'm only going to leave blog or /blog category brain mood health. That's how it should look like, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to type in here brain and mood health, just like this. And hopefully, let's hit select. Okay, let's hit save. Let's hit preview, and should be taking us to that page. So indeed it does, or at least I think it does. Let's see. We have to really preview it, but let me get rid of what this says here and just type in brain and mood health. Okay, let's see. Let's hit save. Let's hit website preview. Click on this, or it should be clickable. Let me go ahead and edit it. Edit link, external link, /blog, /category, /brain mood health. Select. Okay. All right. This whole thing is jacked up. What am I doing here? I'm going to type this in over again. Let me go ahead and just delete this. Text, delete, add, text. There we go. Brain and mood health. Just like that. Now what we're going to do is highlight it, add a link, external link, boom, select. I'll center a line, okay, hit save. Now, let's go ahead and test this. So I'm on the website preview, and let me actually go here. Let me copy this, and let me try to go into an incognito tab, okay? And it says it's inactive. Okay, let me go ahead and activate it. Let's go to website settings, pages. Hold on. Let me before I even let me just block this part just like this. Just bear with me for a second here, guys. So, give me a second, guys. Sorry about that. Let me just activate. Okay, there we go. I think, what the hell is this? Did I make it active? Make active. Let me make this inactive and then make this active. Yes, there we go. Now I made it active. Let me go ahead and fix you guys now so you guys can see what's going on. And we're going to go to our incognito tab, right? And let me refresh this, copy it, and we'll go over here. Okay, and so now it's active. So now it's like a regular website. And if I click brain and mood health, it should take us, yep, there we go, to the blog page. Okay, and when we gets taken to a blog page, it's going to take us to the actual blog post that had that. All right, so like all the different blog posts that are contained within that category, it's there. Do you see what I'm saying? So that's kind of the goal. Now, I noticed something. Every time I scroll down, it shows us the old header. We need to get rid of that. Okay, so if I'm scrolling down, this is the header that arises. We don't want this. So what I need to do is really go to settings, or delete rather, and I'm going to select yes, delete this part of the header, and it should be saved. So let me go ahead, go to my incognito tab, and click on any one of these, scroll down. Yep, we don't have that problem anymore. So we're back to normal here. Okay, so that's the first one, right? Brain and mood health. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to change the icons over time. That's not a problem, but that's going to be the first category, right? And I'm just going to set this up from the stage from right now. So we have Roboto Bold. Let me see, what am I using here? Let's set this up in a header format. So headings. So technically, these all would be H2s, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to delete this. Let me hit save here. Let me take this, highlight it, and make it an H2. So now it's an H2, all right? And what I'm going to do is I will begin by doing this for the rest of them. So here we have brain and mood health. That's one of them. Next one, immunity and wellness, okay? So once again, I'm going to take this, delete it, right? Immunity and wellness, this should not be linked. Let me just delete it permanently. Okay, this should not be here. There should be more here. And let's drag a header. Okay, drag the header here and paste immunity and wellness. I'll highlight it, make it a H2. All right, hit save. Let me go ahead and select this to the inside. I should make it all capital to match the style. Immunity. Don't know if I spelled that wrong, but we'll fix it later if I didn't. And let me just go in here and delete all of these. So go here, delete this, delete this, delete this, delete this, and delete this. So essentially we have all the icons, which they're not icons that I'm going to use, but you know, it is where it is. Hold on, let me just plug in my laptop real quick, guys. Okay. Did I plug it in? Okay. There we go, I'm back. All right, so it's plugged in. It's charging. Let's go ahead and keep this going. Let's go here to digestive detox and organ health. Copy it, go over here, heading, paste this here. Make sure it's a H2 style. I think by default it is, but you guys know me, I do have to check. We'll save that. We can always correct things later. I could even correct things off screen, to be honest, but SARMs, steroids, and peptides. Okay. Let's see what else. We have beauty, anti-aging. And let's go here with that. Now, some of you guys might be saying, isn't this redundant? Like, why are you doing this here on the homepage? And you already have it on the menu. There's a bunch of reasons. First reason is internally linking versus menu linking. Google does look at that differently, first thing. Second thing is for mobile purposes. Not everybody on mobile is going to hit the menu button, but they could definitely see what's going on the site, right? So muscular development is the next one. Go over here, header, paste it. Let's hit save. Endurance and performance. Go over here, hit header. The cool thing about working on a blog, guys, is like if you're a student, if you're a parent, if you're busy with just life, if you work another job, you can do this at any time of the day. It's literally 2:20 in the morning right now, 2:22 in the morning, and I'm working on this 2:22 a.m. So yeah, this is possible, man. Anybody could do it. So I'm gonna save. Does it look pretty right now? No, it doesn't. I'm just gonna keep it real, but we're gonna improve it over time. So like things like capitalization, things like that, I'll go ahead and fix that. So endurance. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, I'll fix like certain things like spelling, all kinds of stuff. That will happen through time. But now I have to actually link these, and this is the important part because then I'll be able to take things into creating the quiz, right? So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go over here, highlight this, hit the link button, go to my link here or my blog post. So let's click on the blog and let's scroll down to whichever one that we're doing. So let's say we're doing this one, immunity and wellness. I'll hit the link, go here, click on the immunity and wellness link and copy all the way after the .com, right? So slash, can you even see, guys, what I'm doing? Yeah, you can. Okay, so slash right here, right? So I'll copy this. And then what I'll go to is external link. Boom. There's nothing else I need to add right there, so it's linked. Okay, then I'll go here. I'll do the same thing. Digestive detox and organ health. I'll go over here and select the digestive detox and organ health. The link changes. I'll copy it just like this. And then I'll go over here. I'll hit link, externally link, boom, paste. Okay, just like that. Hit save. Next one, SARM steroids and peptides. I'll look for it. SARM steroids and peptides. Okay, and then I will copy beyond that link here. So copy right here. Let me hold on. Let me highlight it. That is important. Link, externally link, boom. All right. Hit select, save. Okay. What's next? Beauty and anti-aging. So I'll find it, click on it, copy, right? And highlight, link, externally link, paste. All right. So 3 more. So muscular development is right here. All right. Copy. Externally link, paste, save. All right, guys. So after pausing the screen, what I did was I linked to every single one of these. So I'm just gonna double check. Go to my blog here, click on the homepage, and every single one of these, if you notice, when I hover over it with a mouse, it has like this little clicker symbol, and that's how I know they're all clickable. And if you look at the bottom of my screen, I don't know if you guys can see this. Let me show you. All right, so at the bottom of my screen, like right here, right? When I take my mouse and I hover over, it shows the link, right? So it says immunity wellness. I'll go over here, detox here, SARM steroids, whatever. Here's the weight one, endurance, muscular development, beauty anti-aging, brain and mood, and immunity wellness. So these are all linked, all right? I'm going to, off screen, just really quick, like pause the screen, and I'm going to make them all capital just to make it look a little bit better. All right, so I'll be right back once that happens. All right, so now that I did that, it's just a matter of making everything, hold on, let me fix my mic. There we go. Making everything look a little cleaner, right? So if you notice here, I have like these gaps. I'm just going to get rid of all these gaps, which are right here. And these gaps are normal. They're created like in boxes and things like that, in containers. in blocks, as the UX UI people say. But I'm personally just getting rid of them, okay, just so I can try to help fit the text in each section. And then I'm just going to, align center, center align, highlight, center align, highlight. This is already center aligned, I believe. This is center aligned, this is center aligned, this is center aligned. I think this is too. Yeah, center aligned. There we go. So now I have to add icons to each one. So I'm going to do that in Canva and get that done. All right, so I'll be right back. All right, guys. So in terms of creating the icons, I went ahead and did it through Canva, just searching basic stuff so you can kind of see how it looks here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to unzip the folder, the Canva folder that I have here. Let me go ahead and now upload all these images to Rocket Web Builder. So I'm going to go over here and hit edit image, right? And I'm going to go over here and create an images section. So I'm going to click images. Actually, let me label it icons. Let me be a little more specific just for my future organization. And I'm going to copy all these, right? Just like that. And I'm going to paste it right there. And what I'm doing is really real simple, nothing crazy here. I'm just adding them here. So the first one is brain and mood health. That's where I'm going to go here. I'm going to click on the brain and add it. The next one is going to be immunity and wellness. I'm going to click on the defense image, okay, and leave it there. Next one, digestive detox organ. So let's click on the organ, right, and click on that. The next one here is SARM's steroids and peptides, and I'll click on that one right there, right? Next one, beauty anti-aging. Hit edit image and click on the beauty, the face, right? And add that muscular development. We'll select that here and select the muscle, right? And then here, endurance. So let's select the, what do we have for endurance? The heart, right? And then here, weight management. We will select the scale. All right, so we have our icons now. Now they're all out of whack. They're not the same size. Let's go ahead and make sure that happens. So we'll make it all the same size, kind of like this. Take this, by the way, make it right in the center, right? We can also add some spacing, kind of like that. Make this a little bit smaller, kind of like right here. Make this smaller as well, right? Just like, let's add some space here. Make that kind of, kind of like setting it up in a, I'm not going to say in order, but, as close to as clean and, ordered as possible, right? So I can move something down. I can create spacing behind here and just try to match the spacing. So for this image, I can go here and just decrease it maybe like that. Do the same thing here, right? Kind of match the sizing, do the same thing here, okay? Do the same thing here, right? Just like that. And so that doesn't look too bad, Could it look better? I'm sure it could look better, but this is stage one, this is just the beginning, right? So we have all these different sections, and I can go over here to my block, and now I could start doing things. So I can add shape dividers, which I don't think it would fit well here. I can add an overlay, right? Which I'm not going to do either. I'm not going to, personally do it. I can add a gradient. I can add a background color. I can add a background image even. But for now, I'm just going to keep things the way they are. I could, if I really, really, really wanted to, I can add borders to like each section here. But I'm going to leave things the way they are here for now. Just for now. Okay. And keep in mind that, this is, like I said, stage one, right? So we have our logo, our header. We have a search. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little text here. And I'm going to say search for anything, or search for any ingredient. Actually, no, because it says search for here. So I'm going to actually delete this, right? So let me actually delete that. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I do want to create a definition of color between here and here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go here to the block, background color, and I'm going to just select a very, very, very light tone of gray. And I'm going to copy that code. So that hex code. And I'm going to go over here to our header settings and see if we can apply the same thing. Okay, so that's the background. Let's actually set up that hex code here. So we'll set that up there. Okay, and then here we have this header, and then we'll do the same thing here and place it like this. Okay, so this whole top section is gray, and it almost looks like that the search is embedded within the header, but it's not, which is good. But you can see here, right, this like very, very light gray, and then here we have the rest of the page. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to make this part a little thicker, add some definition here, so drop this a little bit more, and I can leave this way, or I can go over here to add block, then I can add the shape divider. And my shape divider needs to match the color of the rest of the page. So if I make it white, look at that now. I have this curve here, right? So I can use that curve. And right now, we have some things going on. Not too bad. We have some things going on, all right? So we mentioned the quiz, and that's what I'm going to work on now. So when we set up a quiz, right, we need to have a quiz page. And the template already does that for us. So if I click on the quiz page here, this is the actual element of the quiz, okay? So that's pretty interesting. And what we need to do is we need to actually give people these tunnels to walk through effectively. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys through a whiteboard. So I'm going to go over here and type in whiteboard, and I'm going to go to this one here, okay? And what we need is tunnels. In our case, I'm going to draw 3 tunnels as an example, okay? So this is tunnel 1, this is tunnel 2, or tunnel 3. It doesn't matter how you number them, okay? What these tunnels represent are different categories. So in our case, right, we have one category is like health and wellness. So I'll put H plus W here. Let's just say here I have another category for weight loss. And then here I have muscle building, right? So 3 categories. In order for me to direct people towards a certain direction, right, I need to have the quiz to be able to take the information from the person and know where to send them. Does that make sense? Based on the question. So what I'm going to do is it's going to be very simple. I'm going to go over here and click Edit Fields. And when we edit the fields of the quiz, we have a bunch of questions. Theoretically, right, we just need to do a process of elimination, okay? And this is how it's going to work, right? So if we have, right, quiz, basically the way it's going to work is we're going to set this up like this. We're going to have it, let me delete this, okay? Let me delete all these questions. And the way I'm thinking here is let's set it up in a way to where we can edit the amount of answers given, and we'll give it a certain score. And based on that score, then it will go to a certain page, right? So if I go over here to settings, okay, wow, we have a lot of stuff here. All right, so this is what I'm going to do. Real quick, I'm actually going to be right back. Let me just handle something. Just for curiosity's sake, I'm going to see if AI can do this for me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click here, new chat, and I'm going to copy and paste all the different categories. So we have these categories right here. I'm going to copy them, okay, and see how they come out. So we have these categories, okay, and I'm going to tell the AI, okay, never mind. All right, so I'm going to tell the AI, I'm going to say, hi, question, comma. I'm creating a blog with the given 8 categories that I have provided for you. I want to create a quiz that will help segment people in the right direction. For example, if someone receives a certain score on their quiz, then they will automatically be sent to the page pertaining to that specific category. And the way it will work is something like this. For example, if I ask a question about weight loss, like, do you think you will live a healthier life by shedding 30 pounds of fat? Or do you think your quality of life will improve if you lost weight? And based on the answer, if positive, we should ideally recommend to the user the weight management category. So I need your help with this structure. The software I'm using to build the quiz allows us to attribute points per answer choice. Okay? Points per answer choice. Please help me do this. Okay? So, let's kind of see what it has, right? So, notice how it's starting to ask questions here, right? So it says, question, do you often feel mentally fatigued or struggle with mood signs? The answer is yes or no. So if the answer is no, it's 0 points. If the answer is yes, it's 10 points. Okay? Now, let's see what it says here. Scoring mechanism. At the end of the quiz, tally the points for each category. Each direct user category will score with the highest points. In the case of a tie, whatever. Okay. Which of the following is the top priority, if needed? Okay, so it's not fully grasping what I'm saying here because it's not necessarily moving in the right direction, and I'll explain. So if like, let's say for example somebody says yes, 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 right, for all of these, you can't recommend them just to one category. You have to figure out how to do it properly. So this is the way we're going to do this, right? So I'm going to go over here to edit fields, and I'm going to ask question number 1. Question number 1, all right, are you a man or woman? That's actually a good question to start because that's going to segment audiences, okay? All this color heading stuff I don't care about right now. We'll go to settings, okay? And let's see, we have one option per row, can select multiple options, required field. All right, so if it's a man, right, we can give it 1 point, and if it's a woman, we can give it 1 point. That's not the point. The point is we're adding segmentation. Skip to another step if this option is selected. So if it's a man, right, they're not going to, most likely, they're not going to need help with beauty. They're most likely, as men, going to deal with muscular development, SARMs, weight management, endurance, performance. Okay, so essentially, if it's a man, they're most likely not going to pick beauty, right? They could pick anything else, but most likely not beauty. If they're a woman, they could pick literally anything here, so except for maybe muscular development. So what we're going to do is, after if it's a man or woman, we're going to ask a question, right? So we're going to say, is your health issue, do you feel like your health issue is linked to, actually, no, that's a stupid question. We'll do it like this, okay? Let's go ahead and hit add field, and we'll do a multiple choice. Actually, we'll do a rating score. We'll start off with a rating score. And we're going to go over here to settings or change. And we're going to begin by asking, okay? We're going to begin by asking, how happy are you? How happy are you with your health overall? Question mark. Okay, and they have, from 1 to whatever score they want. And what we're going to do is, let's just go to settings here, and we have a range, so 1 to 10. The range is going to be from very unhappy, right, to very happy, okay? And they're just going to give us a range. And that will be, at least I think, depending on their score, or the range they pick, that's going to be where they're going to, their points, all right? So, and I'm going to say in the description here, pick a lower number if you want to change more things about your health. If you feel that you have less health concerns or are managing your health very well, select a higher score, right? Just like that, okay? So give me that information. So after they answer this question, right, if they have a problem, right, with if they feel like, for example, from 1 to 4, then we're going to ask it certain questions. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go here to edit fields, and we're going to ask the next question. And the next question should be, okay, let's ask this is going to be the health 1 through 4, okay? So that's going to be health 1 through 4. And we're going to click edit fields. So we'll hit change here. And what it's going to be is it's going to say, do you believe your problems lie within organ health, weight loss and or your overall well-being and endurance? Because I feel like those are the immediate problems, right? So the immediate problems are what? Weight loss, just immediate health, like maybe they have swollen feet, maybe they have heart issues, whatever the case may be, right? And here, we're going to go over here, and we'll fix spelling in just a minute, but we'll go over here to edit, change, and what we need to do is we need to add a field, and it's either going to be a yes or no, right? So single field choice, and it should be either yes or no, just like this, yes or no, okay? And we'll worry about the points later, right? Because we're just trying to, filter through things right now, okay? And first of all, let's save our work. I don't want to lose this, okay? And so that's for options health 1 through 4, okay? So now let's go ahead and select 5. Let's say health 5. So if somebody's right in the middle, okay, that's, it's almost like they're happy, but they're not happy at the same time. So they want to change something, but it's not immediate. It's not an immediate need. And then the next thing we have is health 6 through 10, right? So those are the different options. And 6 through 10 they're overall pretty happy, but they might want to improve on something slightly. And at the end of the day, they wouldn't be reading our blog if they didn't, right? So let's go ahead and now begin this. So edit fields, and we're going to go ahead and say here for health 5, overall, would you agree that you do want to change something about your health, but it's not an immediate need to fix, something like this? But I'm actually going to have the AI fix this for me. So I'm going to copy this, I'm going to hit save. I'm going to drag and drop some text, and I'm just going to have it improve the text for me because I need that. So I'm going to go over here to improve, and let's see what it says. Would you generally agree that you have a desire to make changes to your health, but it's not an urgent necessity to immediately do so, immediately? Perfect. Do you see that, guys? The AI is so capable. It just makes me sound professional. Anyways, so I'll go over here, and I'll just get rid of this, and I'll change that. So the field would be yes or no. So it would be single choice field, and the answer is yes or no, right? So then we'll just delete this, okay? And here, right? So here we are going to click on this. Let's hit save, and let's go back to the quiz. And now we have 6 through 10. So here we're going to say, would you agree that overall your health is doing well / okay, but you do want to make some small improvements over time? ? Or at least maintain your current health status? ? And we're going to write here health being status of health, body image, etc. Right? And we can improve this as well. I can go over here and I'll hit save, and I'll just grab like a text box again, paste it here, hit the AI and hit improve, and it will just make it sound better. So it says, do you believe that in general your health is satisfactory, but you would like to make minor enhancements gradually or simply sustain your current health status? That's perfect, right? So I can take this, hit save, go over here, edit fields, change, and set that up here, okay? So now that that's taken care of, we know a lot of information, right? So if the person clicks on 1 through 4, they're unhappy, that means they need to change something immediately, right? If they select 5, they're lukewarm, and 6 through 10, they're somewhat happy, right? So now that that's taken care of, let's start categorizing things. So if the individual selects 1 through 4, right, as a health option, and really what should happen is they should be given question 1 through 4 as the question, right? So if we go over here to health options, we hit settings, what we need to do is we need to start thinking of where people are going to end up, right? So if this is step 1, right, what we're going to do here, let's go to settings 2, let's go to style, or not style, what am I saying here? Edit fields, health 1 through 4. And do you believe your problems, weight loss, overall, whatever, do your problems lie? Okay. If the person says yes, let's just give them 5 points. Okay. If the person says no, we'll give them no points. This is where we're going to go here. And what we're going to do is select another step if this option is selected. So if they select yes, right? Add a tag when this option is selected. Show additional information. No. Skip to another step. Yeah, we're going to skip to another step. So if they select... actually, let's do it this way. Hold on. Let's go back. Let's go to edit fields here. And what we're going to do is we have settings. I'm going to delete this. All right, so I'm going to delete this. And I'm going to create the single choice field. And I'm going to just literally number them instead, because that way I'll be able to map. The answer that they select to the certain question. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. All right. So we'll go here, select, here, select 7, 8, 9, and 10. So I'll go over here and hit number 10. All right. So basically, if they select anything 1 through 4, they should be presented with question 1 through 4. So here, I will skip to this step. So skip to questions 1 through 4 then, right? So if they select 1, okay. If they select 2, it should be also skipping to question 1 through 4, right? And here, same thing. So settings, skip to another step if this option is selected, and that's 1 through 4, okay? And then here we have number 4 finally. Skip this option, skip to questions 1 through 4, all right? And that should be that. So let's hit save. So if we were to preview this, right, if I click on answer number 2, right, if I click on 2 and I hit continue, do you believe your problems, there we go. That's where it should be. So if I go back, right, and I preview and I select option 1, right, and I hit continue, boom, same question. That's important, all right? And so if the answer is yes, okay, then what we're going to do is, first of all, let's map the other ones as well. And let's go over here. Let's hit edit results. Not edit results, edit fields, sorry. And question 1 should be the scale question. So scale on how happy you are, right? So that should be it. Settings, how happy you are. And then I will say if 1 is equal to very unhappy and 10 is very happy. Just like that, okay? So we'll say that. And then what I'm going to do here, edit fields. Instead of saying radio button, we're going to say please select a number, okay? Just like that. Please select a number. So there we go. Let's hit save. All right. And now that's taken care of. So now we're going to map the other fields. So we go over here to edit field. Now it's going to number 5. Number 5 is skip to the step, but we want to ask it the question 5 question, right? So that will be taken care of. All right. And here we're going to go to edit fields as well, or not edit fields. We're going to edit fields here. And then for 6 through 10, that's going to be mapped to the 6 through 10 question. So health 6 through 10 right here. Okay. So there we go. 6, 7. Let's go to 7 here. 6 through 10. Let's go to 8. Skip to the next step. 6 through 10. 9. Skip. 6 through 10. And then 10. 6 through 10. Let me just make sure. Yeah. So they all have the ones that we want. Okay. Let's see 6. Let's see 5. Okay. So finished. So let's go ahead and save. So now this is all taken care of from this standpoint. So if somebody says, oh yeah, I'm an 8, I'm very happy, right? Their problem is probably not going to be weight loss, most likely. They're not going to have a problem with, their heart or they, they have a stent in their aortic vein or something, not vein, artery, right? Or valve or whatever the case may be. They don't have any serious issues, right? At least that's what most logical people would select. And so if it's 8, they just want to make small changes. Maybe it's some guy who wants to get a little bit bigger shoulders, or he wants to grow his hair a little more. Or maybe it's a young lady who wants to maybe get rid of a little bit of acne. It's nothing crazy. So in that case, it will take them to this question, just to be as a solidifier. Now, they're most likely going to say yes, right? So based on our suggestion here. So we're going to set this up. And by the way, I hope you guys like the work that we're doing so far here. How long have we been recording? We've been recording for an hour and 30 minutes. All right. Let's go ahead and go over here to edit fields. And let's start doing some things here. So here we have the field, and we're going to add a single choice field. And it's either going to be a yes or a no. right? And so that's for the 6 through 10 question. And here we're going to go back and we'll leave that the way it is. Here we have yes and no, and here we have yes and no. All right.